here's an amazing question which tests your imagination and spatial thinking. You need to determine how many triangles are shown in this figure. Take a close look and select one out of 4 different choices. Choice A, 7. Choice B, 10. Choice C, 12. And choice D, 17. Do you know the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time and use as much of your imagination as possible. Maybe pause this video and give yourself 20 to 30 seconds to determine the answer. Ready or not, I am going to move forward and reveal the solution to you. At least the solution I found. And obviously, if you have a different solution, please make sure to share in comments. Couldn't believe it, but I counted 12 triangles here on the picture. Let me show them all to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Did you count a different number? Please make sure to share in comments. And also please share how easy was it for you to solve it. One of the most frequent questions I get is to provide the best techniques to get prepared and pass the test. We put together a list of resources that might be helpful for you in the description section of this video. Obviously, taking sample tests and reviewing questions and answers is a must. But some less known ways to improve might be to take dietary supplements, sign up for free trials with educational training vendors, and even use special supplements to improve your brain function and concentration. I put links to our trusted partners for the products I use in the description section of this video. Some links might be affiliate, which means that I will get paid a small fee without increasing costs to you. Make sure to check them out. And one request for you. If you know any other helpful resource to help you get ready and pass the test, feel free to share it in comments so we could all learn and get better prepared. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's a tricky problem that you might find challenging to solve. You're presented with the pyramid. Top of the pyramid starts with the missing number that you need to calculate. If you go down, second row contains numbers 29 and 34. Next row contains numbers 11, 15, and 16. Following row has numbers 4, 5, 8, and 6. And then the last row has numbers 2, 1, 3, 4, and 1. You need to calculate the missing number, which is in the top row. And you have 4 different choices. Choice A, 59. Choice B, 63. Choice C, 67. And then choice D, 73. Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe 10 to 15 seconds, maybe a little bit longer, to see if you can answer this question. Did you solve it? Was it hard for you? Let's move forward and I'll share with you my solution. But obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post it in comments. Tricky problem, don't you think so? But the solution to this challenge is really simple. To calculate it correctly, you need to move from the bottom to the top. And if you look closely at the pyramid, you will notice that the higher row is calculated as the sum of bottom values plus the increment. And increment also increases with each row by 1. Let me demonstrate. If we look at the numbers in the bottom left corner of the pyramid, you see numbers 2 and 1. Sum of 2 and 1 is 3, but then we add the value of the increment, which is 1, and the calculated value is 4. Let's continue with the sequence. Next set of numbers is 4 and 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. And then we need to add the value of the increment, which also increased by 1. So now instead of being plus 1, the increment is plus 2. 4 plus 5 plus 2 equals 11. Based on this information, the missing value can be calculated as 29 plus 34 plus the value of the increment, which would be plus 4, which equals 63 plus 4, which equals to 67. So the correct choice here is choice C, 67. Hopefully you've nailed this question on your own and now know how to answer similar problems in the test. Here's the question from the real test, where you presented with the sequence of number and you need to identify the missing number. The numbers you see are 1, 5, 17, 65, and then comes the missing number. And you have 4 different choices for the missing number. Choice A, 237. Choice B, 257. Choice C, 277. And then choice D, 297. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time. Maybe pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, let's move forward and look at the final answer. To solve these types of problems, my advice to you, always look for patterns. And the pattern here is that the next number is calculated as 1 plus 4 in the power of n minus 1 in parentheses. And here is the number sequence. So let's look at the calculation of numbers in this particular series. The first number is calculated as 1 plus 4 in the power of 0, which is 1. Second number is calculated as 1 plus 4 in the power of 2 minus 1, which is an equivalent of 1 plus 4 and equals 5. Third number is calculated as 1 plus 4 in the power of 3 minus 1, which is 1 plus 4 in the power of 2, which is 16, which equals 17. Fourth number is calculated as 1 plus 4 in the power of 4 minus 1, which equals 1 plus 64 and equals 65. And the missing number is calculated as 1 plus 4 in the power of 5 minus 1, which equals 1 plus 256, which equals 257. So the correct choice here is choice B, 257. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to solve similar problems on the test. Here's an interesting question which tests your knowledge of project management. Team is trying to decide how to complete tasks faster. All tasks take the same time to complete, and 5 team members can complete 10 tasks in 15 days. Currently, team is brainstorming on how to complete the work faster by adding additional team members to the team. How many days will it take for 15 people to complete 5 tasks on the checklist if each task can only be completed by the person who started it and cannot be delegated? You have 4 different choices. Choice A, less than 1 day. Choice B, between 1 and 3 days. Choice C, between 4 and 6 days. And choice D, more than 7 days. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe 10 to 15 seconds, to see if you can calculate it. Ready or not, I am going to move forward and share with you my version of the solution. But as usual, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post your solution in comments. Here's the trick. If 5 people can complete 10 tasks in 15 days, one person can complete 10 divided by 5, which is 2 tasks in 15 days. Since tasks are the same length, one person can complete 1 task in 7.5 days, which is calculated as 15 divided by 2, which equals 7.5 days per task. Since tasks are not interchangeable, only 5 people out of 15 will be able to contribute to completion of 5 tasks. And it will take 7.5 days for 5 people to complete 5 tasks, and productivity will not improve by adding more people. So the correct choice here is choice D. It will take more than 7 days to complete these 5 tasks. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. There is something fascinating about the questions where you need to count the number of squares. Let's look at the picture presented on the screen. How many squares can you count? You have 4 different choices. Do you see 7 squares, or 8 squares, or 9, or 12 squares? Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution. I counted 7 squares, So my answer is choice A. Let me show them all to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do you have a different number? Please make sure to post your solution in comments. And if you need more questions like this, please make sure to check out description for additional resources. And now, here's the question for you to try your skills. You need to determine how many triangles are shown on the screen. You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 8. Choice B, 10. Choice C, 12. And choice D, 14. Feel free to pause this video to calculate the right answer. And make sure to post your solution in comments so I can give you my feedback. Thanks for participating and good luck. Here's an interesting question where you presented with the set of numbers and you need to determine which number is not a prime number. You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 31. Choice B, 61. Choice C, 71. And choice D, 91. Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe recall the definition of prime numbers, and see if you can come up with the solution. Did you solve it? Let's move forward and get to the correct solution together. To solve this challenge, let's start with the definition of prime number. Prime numbers cannot be divided by any number other than 1 and number itself without leaving a remainder. Some examples of prime numbers would be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and you can continue the chain. The opposite of prime numbers are composite numbers, and examples of those would be 4, could be divided by 2, 6, could be divided by 2 and 3, 8, which could be divided by 2 and 4, 9, 10, and you can continue the sequence. As you might have figured out of the numbers presented, 91 can be divisible by 7. So 91 is not a prime number, which means that the correct solution is choice D, 91. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's a very cool question which is frequently used to test your math skills. You need to determine how much interest should be paid. Sheila borrows $36,000 to purchase a vehicle at the rate of 6% and repays by making fixed payments monthly in the amount of $845.46. At the end of 4 years, how much interest Sheila will end up paying along with the principal amount? You have 4 different choices. Choice A, $2,160. Choice B, $4,320. Choice C, $4,582.13. And choice D, $5,082.17. Do you know the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can come up with the solution. Maybe pause this video to see if you can calculate the answer. Did you figure it out? Let's move forward and get to the correct solution together. To solve this challenge, let's first look at the facts. Principal amount borrowed here is $36,000. Time to repay is 4 years, which equals 48 months, which means that number of payments is equal to 48. Monthly payment amount is $845.46. Based on this information, let's look at how can we solve this challenge. And the first step is to calculate the total repayment amount, which would include principal and interest. And we will do it by multiplying fixed monthly payment by the number of payments. 845.46 multiplied by 48 equals $40,582.13. Because we know the principal amount, which is $36,000, we can calculate total interest paid by subtracting $36,000, which is principal, from the total repayment amount, which means that 40,582.13 minus 36,000 equals 4,582.13, which is total interest to be repaid. So the correct choice here is answer C, $4,582.13. Do you know the better way to solve it? Please make sure you post your solution by sharing it in comments. Would you like to try your own skills now to see how well you can solve the challenge? This is your opportunity to find the next number in the sequence. You are presented with 3 different numbers, 33, 55, 77, and one number is missing. You have 4 different choices to select the solution. Choice A, 97, choice B, 99, choice C, 105, and choice D, 107. Give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can solve this challenge. And once you're ready, make sure to post your answer in comments. This would allow me to give you my feedback. Thanks for participating and good luck. There is something fascinating about the questions where you need to count the number of squares. Let's look at the picture presented on the screen. How many squares can you count? You have 4 different choices. Do you see 7 squares, or 8 squares, or 9, or 12 squares? Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution. I counted 7 squares, so my answer is choice A. Let me show them all to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do you have a different number? Please make sure to post your solution in comments. And if you need more questions like this, please make sure to check out description for additional resources. Here's an interesting question where I would like you to try your skills and post the answer in the comment section of this video. Which number has the lowest value? You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 1/3 plus 0.4. Choice B, 1 plus 2.1. Choice C, 0.20 plus 0.31. And choice D, 6/10. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe pause this video, and once you're ready, please post your answer in the comments. This would allow me to give you my feedback. Thanks for participating and good luck. Let's look at the very interesting question, which tests your math skills as well as your logical reasoning skills. You need to determine which speed should Anisha maintain. Usually when running, Anisha covers 8 miles in 15 minutes. Today, she covered 3-mile distance in 2/5 of the regular time. What speed should she maintain for the remaining distance to cover it in the regular time? And you're presented with 4 different choices to choose from. Choice A, 8 miles per hour. Choice B, 10 miles per hour. Choice C, 15 miles per hour. And then choice D, 20 miles per hour. Do you know the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution. Are you ready? Let's move forward and get to the correct solution together. We only have 2 facts in this problem. Total distance equals 8 miles per hour, and regular time Anisha covers this distance is 50 minutes. So, to get to the solution, we need to determine time to cover the distance of 3 miles. Let's first calculate how long it took for Anisha to cover the distance of 3 miles. We know that it took her 2/5 of the regular time, and regular time is 50 minutes. To calculate it, we need to multiply 50 minutes by 2/5, which would be equal 20 minutes. So the remaining time for her to cover the remaining distance would be 50 minutes minus 20 minutes, which would be 30 minutes, which would be half an hour. Let's now calculate the remaining distance. Since she covered 3 miles and total distance is 8 miles, the remaining distance would be 8 miles minus 3 miles would be equal 5 miles. Ultimately, she would need to cover 5 miles in half an hour. To determine the speed that she needs to go with, we need to divide 5 by 1.5, and 5 divided by 0.5 equals 10. So the correct solution is choice B, 10 miles per hour. Were you able to solve it on your own? Do you have an alternative solution? Please make sure to post your thoughts and feedback in comments. Thanks for watching. If you liked the content, please give us a like and consider subscribing. Thanks for all your endorsement, support, and patronage. For additional helpful information, please make sure to check out links in the description. For detailed list of available resources, I encourage you to check out resources page on our website, howtoanalyzedata.net/resources. If you know someone who would benefit from this content, please consider sharing the link. Please leave the feedback, corrections, or suggestions in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.